This time on Secrets of Resort Chefs, classic dishes get turned upside down in Jamaica.
We always have something different.
Ever thought of using green bananas in your mashed potatoes?
All right, Chef, it looks like we're going bananas here.
It's just one of the secrets to this steak plate that's topped with, of all things, pickled pumpkin.
Chef, incredible.
Come with us behind the scenes at the Couples Tower Isle Resort in Ocho Rios for a full meal that's full of secrets to help you bring the tropics into your kitchen.
So I think you should really smell that. It's just the most wonderful fragrance.
Wow,
and
this is the pimento leaf.
Take your taste buds on vacation right now in Jamaica on Secrets of Resort Chefs.
Tim Laird with Secrets of Resort Chefs. This time we're in Ocho Rios, Jamaica at the Couples Tower Isle.
Once known as Couples Ocho Rios, this is the original all-inclusive resort on Jamaica, dating back to 1949. In fact, it's the first ever hotel to be built on the beach in Jamaica, and the first to be open year-round.
But back in the 50s, this was the Hollywood hangout. Many of the celebrities of the day, Clark Gable, Debbie Reynolds, Lena Horne, Louis Armstrong, Walt Disney, all vacationed here.
And it's easy to see why it's been a playground for the stars.
There's not a thing you could ask for that you can't get.
There are only 226 rooms, but 19 acres of beachfront paradise, designed with all the glitz and glamour of Hollywood.
And there's just something magical here.
It brought back that sparkle.
It ought to sparkle. After a $30 million renovation, everything is first class.
You're still being treated like a celebrity while you're here.
Everywhere we've been, this is absolutely the best place to be.
And talk about a room with a view. Even when you're soaking in your jacuzzi, you can look out over the beautiful blue Caribbean.
So while you're enjoying the tub, then you can go ahead and enjoy the view of the ocean.
The sunrises and sunsets are gorgeous, framed by white sand and the resort's signature private island, where you can see it all, literally, if that's what you're into.
On the island, there's a swim-up bar. Lots of fun and games are played there. There's a tower, as you can see, and again, that was also constructed back in 1949. It's very popular for guests who like the all-natural experience.
Well, if au natural is not your thing, as they say in Jamaica, no problem, man. You can still have plenty of fun at Couples Tower Isle with your clothes on.
We give them the horseback riding. There's catamaran cruises, golf, scuba, water skiing, a shopping tour, Dunn's River Falls. All these things are included for guests who stay at this resort.
Premium cocktails served with plenty of flair are included too, along with five-star food.
The food's been amazing.
Here you can get a great taste of traditional jerk flavors and a lot of other fine cuisine.
There's authentic Asian food served a la carte right on the water. There's continental cuisine, Italian, Mediterranean.
Really varied, you can always have something different.
And at the Eight Rivers restaurant, it's 50s style fine dining with Jamaican ingredients.
We have some of the most beautiful ingredients in Jamaica.
Again, all local ingredients right from the tree.
It's food that you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else.
It's totally different, excellent. Here I always try something new and love it.
And then we have some onion.
Chef Stefan is the executive chef in charge of all the couples resorts in Jamaica. He's letting us inside the kitchen at Tower Isle, and he's letting us in on some of his best secrets.
When I came to Jamaica, I fell in love with just the purity and simplicity of the ingredients and how wonderful everything tastes. So what I have done over the years, what I'm doing is basically mixing international traditional cooking methods and using local ingredients as much as possible for all the food.
First, this looks absolutely fabulous.
All right, our appetizer will be a trio of smoked marlin. Now, smoked marlin is a Jamaican product that's been around for a long time. There's only a few people in Jamaica really that have been smoking this for 20 and 30 years. It's the local marlin smoked over pimento wood. I actually brought some leaves. I think you should really smell that. It's just the most wonderful fragrance.
This is the pimento leaf.
This is the pimento leaf, and they used the wood and the wood in the leaf and everything, and that gives it that authentic flavor. Absolutely, it's really quite simple. And all we do is we take the smoked marlin, and we have pre-sliced the smoked marlin, and we are cutting it into strips, or julienne as we call it, of course. I'm actually going to cut it in half first. And then we're cutting it into slightly larger size strips, and we are putting it into a mixing bowl. With this, we're using some red onion, we're using some yellow and green peppers, red ones really, orange ones these are. We're adding some fresh cilantro, very classical of course for that South American ceviche, so we have chopped cilantro with this.
And then Jamaican oranges, which are easy to confuse with something else.
Our oranges, you might look at them and you might say, those are not really oranges because they're green.
This doesn't look orange to me, but I'll tell you what, but these are oranges.
It's exactly because of our climate, it is so hot in Jamaica, they just do not turn actually orange. But they are just as nice, even nicer. And we'll cut out little segments, want to make sure we don't get none of the seeds into the ceviche. We'd squeeze the juice, and then we're going to add some actual orange juice to that. Quite a bit, because we want to marinate it nicely. And then limes.
Real limes.
Yep. Real limes, yes.
These aren't oranges. These aren't little oranges. These are actual real limes, right?
Actual limes, exactly. Just freshly ground black pepper.
Okay. A little black pepper. Freshly ground, of course.
Wrap it up, refrigerate it for a few hours, and then it's ready to use.
And that's just one of the 3 ways the chef will serve smoked marlin. He's also making a marlin mousse, along with native Jamaican fruit called ackee. It's actually poisonous before it's ripe.
In its raw stage, or from the tree, it looks just like this.
You have to open it, it's poisonous, right?
Exactly, so you could never use it. So you have to wait, it opens naturally. Get rid of the black part, and then cook them and blanch them and boil them in salt water quickly. And then they're ready to use. You can see this was the raw stage, and this is the cooked stage now.
Definitely a lot different. I mean, this is when you blanch. You said you blanch that?
Exactly, in salt water, and then we just cool it down.
All right, chef, it's on to the mousse.
All right, we're starting again with our smoked marlin.
Okay.
And I've just roughly chopped it. And we're putting it into a food processor. So we're adding, you know, probably 2 tablespoons of ackee, about a spoonful of sour cream, a spoonful of cream cheese, and of course that will all give you that creaminess and blend it all together. I've added a bit of horseradish. The horseradish and the ackee goes really well together, and of course smoked seafood and horseradish is such a classic combination. Spoonful of capers. I do like capers a lot, so we add that to it. Now the secret ingredient to this one is our local Scotch pepper sauce.
And that's a hot pepper sauce, right? I mean,
exactly. It's basically our version of you know, Tabasco and whatever else there's around there, really. And this is the real, made with the habanero, the Scotch bonnet peppers, so they're really, really spicy. So we want to be careful. We're just going to add a little bit of that, because we can always add a little bit more later. Put some fresh lime in here. And that's about it. All right, and then all we do is we basically blend this. You want it smooth, but you want to keep a little bit of that texture in it, really. You don't want to blend it completely. Just like that.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that looks absolutely fabulous, chef. The mousse. Oh, yeah.
Just putting in a little bit of dill. And that's it.
Here's another wonderful local ingredient. Breadfruit.
It's our breadfruit, right, and there's breadfruit everywhere. They're dropping off the tree.
Traditionally, breadfruit is charred for a couple hours in a charcoal pit, then peeled, sliced, and eaten.
You could eat breadfruit different ways, of course, right? The main thing is you roast it, you could cut it open, peel it, and then you would eat it right away with, just put some butter on it, salt, and that would be it, really. But my favorite is, I roast it like that, peel it, cut it in slices, and then fry it again in olive oil, and that gives it that crispy outside and the soft center, and it's just really delicious. And we'll do that today, and that'll serve with the smoked marlin and the mousse, and it'll just all really, really blend together well. Our mousse, if you remember, we're just putting a spoonful right in here. The mousse, we're just putting that right on our plate here.
Then Chef Stefan loads up a shot glass with his smoked marlin ceviche.
We're trying to get a few oranges in there and some of the peppers and quite a bit of juice. Goes right on the side. This is a slice of papaya, and then we have the breadfruit, which we're going to put right underneath. And then we have some more smoked marlin, just a natural smoked marlin without any form of marination. We're just rolling it up into a little rosette and putting it onto the plate. We're going to put a few capers over this, fresh lime. I like the fresh dill.
A little fresh dill on top.
A little bit of fresh dill right on here. We're just going to put black pepper all over the plate. And that completes our trio of smoked marlin.
This looks absolutely fabulous. I know your guests are going to love it.
When you're done indulging in Chef Stefan's amazing creations, you can slide next door to the piano bar and have an after-dinner drink, just like all those Hollywood stars did back in the day.
Well, it's no secret that we always make it to the bar on Secrets of Resort Chefs. And why wouldn't you? Because here, it's all inclusive. And I'm here with my friend Kamoni.
Yes,
How
Tim.
are you?
What are you doing, Tim?
We're going to shake up something called a Tennessee Ting.
Oh, it makes you feel like you're right deep in the heart of Jamaica.
And they say Ting is good with everything.
You know, it's like a grapefruit soda, you know? Very refreshing, very nice. Lime wedge, very refreshing and ready.
Ah, now here's where the Tennessee part comes in.
Yeah, man, we do about 1.5 ounce of Jack Daniels.
Even all the way in Jamaica, I found my friend Jack here.
Yeah, man.
This is the Ting. I love this. This is really a refreshing grapefruit mixer. It's just delicious. By the way, even though Ting is a staple here in Jamaica, you can find it in some grocery stores in the States. So look for Ting and try your own Jack and Ting at home. This is my Tennessee Ting, and we're gonna give this a little flavor. Boom, throw my garnish in there. This does look refreshing. I mean, looks absolutely fabulous. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh yeah, everything. Even Jack goes with Ting. This is great, come on.
Yeah, man.
Great cocktail. The Tennessee Ting.
And the Tennessee Ting, that was great. That was really refreshing, really mouthwatering, really cleansing. It's great for these hot Jamaican nights.
Yeah, cheers, Kamoni.
Cheers.
Still to come on Secrets of Resort Chefs, steak and potatoes with the distinct taste of Jamaica.
And we have that pickled pumpkin. Look at that color that goes on there now.
Plus, a classic French dessert takes a vacation and takes on a whole new taste.
I love the Jamaican twist.
It's crepe suzette, Caribbean style, coming up on Secrets of Resort Chefs.
I'm in Jamaica, but I feel like I'm in heaven.
Jamaica is a paradise, especially when you do it right at an upscale resort like Couples Tower Isle in Ocho Rios.
They have a saying here, no problem, man, and it's all inclusive.
You get it all: motorized water sports, snorkeling, premium cocktails, and fine dining.
Food is wonderful. Staff treats us like we're family.
The signature restaurant at Couples Tower Isle is 8 Rivers, which is the English translation of Ocho Rios. And inside the kitchen, the chefs are always coming up with new ways to translate classic dishes into Jamaican masterpieces.
All right, we're in the kitchen of the 8 Rivers restaurant, and I'm here with Chef Stefan, who's sharing a lot of great secrets to a lot of the wonderful dishes you serve here.
And for a main course, he's serving beef tenderloin with Caribbean-style mashed potatoes and pickled pumpkin.
The pumpkin we're using is not your usual Halloween pumpkin that you might be used to.
It's right.
But it's our Caribbean pumpkin, or calabaza pumpkin, also as the Spaniards really call it. It's much softer and much more buttery, of course. And the secret to this, because we want nice strips of pumpkin, is food mandolin.
And that saves a lot of step, and you're right, look at this, Chef.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are perfect.
So for the marinade, I've already put on some water on the fire.
Okay.
Water is boiling, small amount of water. We're adding some white wine to that. So we're adding some sugar, a little bit more sugar there, really. What we have here is, again, our fresh pimento, straight from the tree. So we're using some of the black pimento berries, a couple of cloves. We're adding some bay leaf to that. We are adding some fresh thyme. Now all of that is going into a little bag.
A coffee filter at home or something like that if you want
exactly. And we'll tie it up.
The chef drops that in the pot, along with a touch of white vinegar.
And then we have some onion, some sliced onion. We're actually adding the sliced onion to this. We are taking the liquid and we're putting it together with the spice bag. We don't want to discard that yet because we want all that flavor. So we're putting that right over the pumpkin. If we were to boil this, the pumpkin would get too soft.
Just right.
Ideally, we want to do this from overnight.
Okay.
And we want to let it sit now, cool down, let it sit for the next day, so we're ready with the with our garnish.
Overnight, this is what it looks like the next day.
Exactly. It'll become slightly soft, and all these flavors, all the vinegar, all the white wine, all the spices, especially that fresh pimento, the cloves, everything will be absorbed by the pumpkin.
Just right. Perfect. And it looks like we're ready to go with this one too.
Absolutely. So we have 2 pieces of tenderloin, about 6 ounces. All I like to do with my steaks really is just put some freshly ground black pepper on them.
Okay.
Salt and pepper. And instead of grilling them, we're going to pan sear them. Do them from both sides. And then we're searing those 2 steaks on all sides.
Getting a nice crust already.
And then we want to see the sides also.
Also do all the sides. Another secret, not just the top and bottom.
After a quick sear, the beef goes onto the plate and into the oven.
Cook. It'll take about anything between 5, 6, 7 minutes, depending on how well done you want it.
Then he uses the same pan to make a sauce, using butter, onion, and garlic.
And we're going to add some pork to that. And of course,
nice little flavor agents there.
Absolutely. Wow. And we're going to flame that.
Alcohol burning off, flavor in.
And then with that also, secret ingredient, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Just a little bit. It gives it that sour sweetness. And then we're going to add to that some brown beef stock.
Look, it looks great.
Absolutely.
Another secret ingredient.
Absolutely. Some more flavor into that. And it's one of my other favorites, which is tamarind paste. We grow tamarind here in Jamaica. And it's got a wonderful sourness and rich taste. So we're adding just a little bit of that tamarind paste into that. See, the sauce is nice and reducing. We're taking a couple of cubes of butter and we're just folding in
a little more flavor and give it a nice little sheen on the top.
Exactly, a bit of a French style Monte au beurre.
All right, Chef, while the steaks are cooking, we're going to grill off some greens, I understand.
Exactly, we need something a bit green on the plate, something healthy. And for that, we're going to use a little bit of our vinaigrette, just a homemade balsamic vinaigrette. Any kind of vinaigrette will do. We'll just wet that side.
And this is a bok choy, you said?
This is bok choy, exactly, which is again very popular in Jamaica, also locally grown. And then we're going to put that directly onto our grill. Secret, exactly. We do want a little bit of that flame. We really want that charred. Don't want to burn it.
All right, Chef, it looks like we're going bananas here at the Eight Rivers Restaurant.
Green bananas, actually.
Green bananas, I like that. Here's a bunch right here.
Not many people know that you can actually eat green banana. And it is exactly the same banana that you would find, you know, back home in the stores. The yellow banana, they're just not fully ripe. So we're using like a potato idea, the idea of mashed potatoes, and we're mixing bananas into it.
So you just basically peel those.
You're just peeling the green banana all the way down. Okay. And you're keeping them in water with a little bit of oil. If there wasn't any oil in there, they would turn black. So we actually cook them in milk.
A great new kick on mashed potatoes. Add green bananas.
So we're putting our banana right in the center of the plate. We smashed it. We don't mash it too much, so you have still a bit of texture in there. Not too fine. So the steak goes right on top of it.
That's what I call steak and potatoes. But green bananas are added in there.
Exactly. And then we have that pickled pumpkin. Look at that color that goes on there now. It's just beautiful.
That wonderful sauce. Look how that just turned all that beautiful color, that sheen, all those flavors. Now it's time to go green.
Grilled pak chow leaf here now. And we're putting that right on top of it.
Chef, incredible. Awesome. Thank you for sharing a lot of your secrets with us.
Thank you. It was great having you.
And the hits keep on coming.
Oh, that was...
Next on Secrets of Resort Chefs, a classic French dessert gets fired up with a taste of Jamaica.
It doesn't get any better than it does right here.
It's crepe suzette, Caribbean style, when Secrets of Resort Chefs returns.
Welcome back to Secrets of Resort Chefs, and welcome to Jamaica.
It's a tropical paradise where some of the finest chefs in the world are turning tradition upside down. Especially here at the Eight Rivers Restaurant at the Couples Tower Isle Resort in Ocho Rios, Jamaica.
Here I always try something new and love it. It's totally different, excellent.
You know, the theme of that restaurant is really mixing Jamaican local ingredients with traditional cooking methods.
Chef Stefan is in charge of all the restaurants at Couples Resorts, and he has a world of secrets. How's this for Jamaican fusion? Caribbean-style crepe suzette. He starts with the standard crepe batter made with flour, milk, and heavy cream.
Mixing all of that so we don't get any lumps.
Then, a couple of pinches of sugar and salt and eggs.
3 whole eggs.
3 whole eggs going in.
Then, the chef's secret ingredient.
We're adding about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. We have a hot pan, we put a little bit of butter in there, and we're using a non-stick frying pan, exactly. And then we're trying to make a very, very thin crepe, so you're putting your butter in slowly, let it run all the way to the end. Alright, I'm gonna flip it over, and there's your crepe. Alright, so this is ready, we're taking it out, keeping it just warm, and we're just folding it in half for now. And we have to quickly make a second one.
By the way, you can tell we're at Couples because everything comes in twos here. Now the magic comes.
The chef makes a Jamaican sauce for the crepes with butter, brown sugar, and orange juice.
Squeezed orange juice, of course, our local oranges. And we're letting that simmer for just a bit. So we're putting a little bit of that orange zest in there, just a raw zest. And we're also adding some of the orange segments itself. And what we're adding here is some candied orange peel, orange zest. And what I've done earlier on is peeled it very, very thinly, chopped it up and cooked it down with sugar and water, and you get that caramelized flavor. It's very tender. And we're going to add some of that into our sauce. And then we are folding our crepe in half. And we're adding our crepe into this.
But I also know there's one more layer of orange flavor coming in, and that's the orange liqueur.
Just going to put that in the ladle, and I'm using the same amount of our local coconut rum just to get that coconut flavor going.
It's a show and a dessert.
Exactly. So the liquor is catching fire, of course, and then we're putting all of this into our.
Oh man!
We're putting our 2 crepe in this.
Our crepe couple.
So we're putting the oranges on here.
And then, get a load of this. Homemade white chocolate sorbet.
Oh, beautiful.
You could serve it with any kind of ice cream, of course, but we make a great white chocolate sorbet, which is just delicious for that. And then, of course, we're finishing this with some roasted almonds. They go right on top.
And the Jamaican flavor keeps on coming.
So this is a dry coconut, and we are cracking that coconut. Crack that, you actually get that beautiful white coconut flesh in here.
Gorgeous. Wow.
And then what we do is we dig out the coconut flesh, shave it really, really thinly, and roast it in the oven. And that's what we have over here.
Boom.
And then our
there it is, your
toasted coconut.
Toasted coconut.
Which we're going to put right on top of that ice cream. Just for the finishing touch, we have a mint sprig, a little bit of green, and we just put that right on here. And there you have it, your Caribbean crepe Suzette.
It doesn't get any better than it does right here at Couples Resorts. I'll tell you, this is awesome. Chef, thank you for sharing the Jamaican twist to a French classic. All right, Chef, this really looks inviting.
Well, I think it's about time you really take a bite out of that one.
Are you kidding? I've got my spoon ready to roll. I know how good this is going to be before I even taste it, but we're going to check it out right now. It tastes like nothing else I've had before in a crepe Suzette, so incredible. I love the Jamaican twist. For more information on the Couples Tower Isle or any other featured resort on Secrets of Resort Chefs, log on to allinclusiveoutlet.com.
That's going to do it for this trip in Ocho Rios, Jamaica at Couples Tower Isle. I'm Tim Laird for Secrets of Resort Chefs, and I'll see you on the beach.
I'm Chef Stefan Sparks, and thank you very much for watching Secrets of Resort Chefs.